watching to the first game of this best of 3. TNC Pro team facing off against RSG.
Let's go.
You can't pick the Edith and not give it to Nibor.
Yeah, you can't at this point. I mean, ever since he came in, was it week? Well, at least for me, I saw him do amazing things in week number 2. And so far, Namor has just been able to perform really well, especially with that hero like we mentioned. And also, just to answer the question over there from Brigida, yes, it's going to be a Flicker Lolita this time around for Light. Oh. We have seen the Revitalize iteration of it, though.
I'd reckon it's mainly because of how TNC drafted. Now the Bonk!
Bonk's already there. A lot of aggression.
Check out the Purify.
Yeah.
See, that's why. You want to be able to threaten TNC because of the bold move in their draft to say, you know what, Heads, you're the only frontliner. We're going to try to finesse ourselves into a mid-game, late-game power spike.
Yeah.
Henceforth, RSG says, all right, we're going to lean hard into it. Look at this major presence by the Phoenix Army down bottom.
Yeah, they're going to put pressure here. Real quick, too, I want to ask you what you think, Leo. This, instead of the Vengeance on the Phobius, the Flicker, what do you like better?
Personally?
Personally, and then what have you seen work better, I would say?
I think the Vengeance is just so much better. Yeah. The Flicker here is for repositioning and, again, to fix that whole, you know, we're letting go of the mid-game power spike for a more late-game safety. And look at that, even Lazia still Flicker back out.
Good Flicker, yeah.
So that's a story of TNC right now, is a lot of the choices that they made here are mainly because of how they understand that we live in the late game. So every action we do from here on, every decision, is for us to get there.
You know what's so crazy about that, too, is every time we talk about a TNC matchup, we always talk about how dominant they are in the early game. And sometimes, you know, by the time they get to mid-late game, the fire is doused out.
And see where that got us, right? They're still winless. Maybe it's because of that whole focus on the early game that's put them where they are right now in dire need of points. Maybe it's the fact that they need to fix that mid-game to late-game ramp-up.
Yeah.
That'll get them points. That'll give them the hopes of making it into the playoffs. Now, Nibor with the Flicker in!
Already goes in with a Flicker. Target was Heads, but right now they're just going to zone them off with the Turtle here. Light, not level 4 just yet. Drags in the Dominator's Ascent too. They get the stun off on this time, but Heads, he's going to go in with Infernal Pursuit here. Rad finally gets the Turtle. There's the knock-up with the Enhanced Chains, and now Nibor on the run. Heads going for the kill, goes in with a wave, and will get the first blood. Now looking for more, a Flicker from Aqua. Heads isn't done yet. Still looking for a second kill off of it. Might be able to get it off the Circling Eagle, and it's Kazin that picks up the kill.
Man, this man is non-stop, and they're still going. Kusei, oh, all right. You see that? Putting a new definition to hard-headed. You see that? That was what, 3 minutes in? Maybe we have to reconsider how we look at their early game plans. Maybe it's the fact that it's so deceptively powerful in the early that RSG lean hard into it and get punished like that.
Yeah, they try to, like, literally go in as raiders for those fights, but then it's so extended from TNC's lineup here that sometimes by the time everything has been used up, they're like, all right, we don't have anything left. We got to kind of disengage from this, and they can't.
It's like Rorschach from Watchmen. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. That's what happened to Heads there, who, by the way, post-turtle take. Joseph, post-turtle take. Even with the shields and the extra damage from Irad, they were the ones sent packing. I'll give that win over to TNC, that first sequence. We're about 40 seconds away from Turtle number 2, and RSG aren't exactly letting go of the possibility of an early game lead. See, some of them are still crossing the river here. Light putting a border between Kusei and these 3 members of TNC. I'm pretty sure he knows. We got about half a minute until the Turtle spawns up, and I think if nothing happens in this rotation down bottom,
and that looks like it might be the game plan here, at least, you know, focusing on this bottom side, gold lane. And even talking about gold lane alone, by the way, there's a Radiant Armor already being picked up by Head. So you know his plan already. You know, he wants to go full front face and just tank up as much as he can, especially that magic damage. Whoa, Nibor goes in with a Flicker again, pops the Primal Wrath. Lancey's going to be fine. Certainly you're going to be able to find multiple members too, enough to back him off. And a Numenum Blast won't land either. Lancey might go ahead and be okay with it, but right now it's TNC forcing RSG off the objective.
Ooh, the preemptive fight begins. Another one!
There's the toss-up again. Heads, the back line just wants to force him off the objective, and they'll do it. TNC will get the Turtle.
And cleanly, too. RSG wasn't ready for TNC to engage right here pre-river brush. They weren't expecting TNC to give that much and to spend as much as they did on protecting Lancy to feign an engagement to make RSG think twice about that second turtle. So now with that said, TNC's lead grows close to 2,000 now at about 5.5 minutes. Again, there's that Radiant Armor on Heads, who, by the way, I 110% support this. Like, this is what he needed to do, and that's what's going to make half of the map almost inaccessible to RSG.
Yeah, and that's, even again, like, if he uses the flicker or not, part of his job is literally just to be a nuisance. And look at this rotation on the bottom side. They're going to collapse down, forcing RSG off the tier 1 turret. They won't even fight. They just want the objective. TNC playing very smart right now.
100%. That is what TNC wanted. If anything, if RSG responded, it would have been odd, because TNC will have to ask Kaizen, where are you? Are you ready for this fight? And RSG, I don't think they can. Wait, it's a one-on-one. Excuse me?
Oh, they know the Primal Wrath is down. I don't know if Heads is. Yeah, I don't think they go under the turret. Naboru has light here, so looks like it's just going to be a dead for now.
Something tells me that was a feign for a feign.
Yeah.
I think RSG was also looking for something there. Solo outplay possibly, but with the second turtle spawning in that same spot. Joseph, all 3 turtles in this game in the same spot.
All in the same spot.
It's tough because there's a lot of things happening down bottom.
Tough for Jibs
versus Kaizen.
Kaizen, but he's got some backup from Kosei. He's going to force him back. The Stampede on light. Circling Eagle once again, going to be able to find 2. Now Heads joining this top side, but again, the game plan here is objective. Naboru going to get forced out of the bush, delay him a little bit longer. The rest of the team from RSG is going to join in, sandwich the play through. And now Lancy in trouble as he falls to Kosei. Kosei flickers in, pounces down. Kaizen might be a little bit too late to the fight. Goes for Kosei, will be able to get him out as Heads picks up the kill. Aqua will flicker in, but couldn't clean up the kill either. And now Naboru on the run. Retribution going to be used from Kaizen as he comes up to clean up the kill. And now Irad next. The slam dunk from Heads will find a double. And they find multiple kills for TNC.
In the first 7.5 minutes, it's basically Heads and the gang. TNC riding off of Heads' coattails. 4-0-2. They're going to leave Kaizen to take the turtle. That's how far ahead TNC is right now. Amazing work. Could have sworn RSG was going to get something out of that. But all throughout, dude, how is Heads able to fight on 2 different fronts?
You know how they say, yeah, it's always on his shoulders. Now it's on his head, you know? Heads.
It's on Heads.
It's on Heads. And you know what? This is great because I was casting his games yesterday. And he played the Charizla, and maybe he wasn't so happy about the performance yesterday. Well, I'll tell you what, he's having a phenomenal Game 1 right now against RSG Philippines. And he is the problem. Right now, he is him that RSG has to deal with if they want to go ahead and swing the game in their favor.
It's that flicker that right now, you can see it's on cooldown. It's off of cooldown. He didn't have to use it.
Yeah.
That's just how dominant he is here in the mid-game. Nobody from RSG can actually burst him down. And he's just keep jumping and jumping and jumping with the Infernal Pursuit. And now they're going to threaten another turret, eventually take it, and he's going to force all 5 members of RSG to answer. That's how much it takes, Joseph.
He's basically a boss.
5 dudes.
5 guys. That's like your whole party, man.
Great burger. But 5 members just to watch out. Because look, anytime Heads jumps on the... Even Nibor, even Light, they're afraid of Heads.
And what do? I mean, part of it is you got to get enough damage to deal with. Divine Glaive picked up by Aqua. That's not really going to solve it just yet. Oh, Heads going to be able to find 2. And this might be the play right here. They're going to force him out of the jungle. Heads flickers defensively. They're going to blast, though. We'll be able to pick up a couple stuns. They have the Nether Realm, and now TNC wants to fight back. They force RSG, but this whole time, Kaizen picked up a turret.
2 things, despite RSG's amazing setup, Light with the Numenon Blast Flicker hitting 4 members. You can see here 5,000 gold ahead.
Yep.
TNC's gold lead is enough to deter RSG from pushing forward. That was 5v4. As mentioned, Kaizen was pushing down bottom. Even RSG didn't have enough firepower to take down 4.
They didn't have enough, and right now, they're confident enough as Naboru flickers in again, tosses them up. They're waiting for it, but Lancey's going to be taken out before they can do anything. Right now, the trade, but there's heads on the backside again. The flicker from Aqua goes into the Dominator's descent, and he will be alive. But 3 down for RSG, and TNC is all alive.
Heads isolated 3. You saw that? He was, you know what, even at a 10th of his health, I'd reckon he didn't even consider himself dying. It wasn't going to happen, not on his watch. Check this out. One more time, an amazing combo by Nibor setting it up, but light versus 3 and heads versus 3, the numbers just don't add up.
Yeah, and like this is also great. We're going to take a little break here.
We haven't really said much of the names of the other members of TNC. It's because they're all just following Head's lead.
Yeah, they just follow the leader at this point.
Exactly, sure. RSG have been able to find Lancey back-to-back now. That's the 2 kills on Lancey right now.
Yeah.
But that aside, their other kills are Escalera and Kozen.
I was going to say, he's like the best guy for them to lose if you're TNC, because the passive for Faramis.
Did you just come back in?
He's just going to be back.
Right, and maybe Kozen, that time they caught him, maybe he got overloaded damage, maybe they get to press the flicker. But right now, at 6.5.
Whoa.
Up. Whoa.
Whoa, Irad just taken out of the picture. And Kaizen's also fine from it.
Kaizen knows what it's like to be a Julian and to be caught out. Happened yesterday against Fast AP Bren. He knows how to punish. And now underneath, tier 1 down bottom, Lord still standing. This fight's just about to break out. They do take it down. Oh!
Aqua's going to jump in too. They want to force the fight. Mid-turret still being worked on. Nibor out of the picture. Kaizen, though, won't be able to escape Kusei. So another trade across the board. The 1-for-1 right now. But 2 turrets in the base are down.
Oh no.
RSG holds on to 1. They're going to try to hold on to the game. Lancey goes in, pulls them with a chance out of Stampede. Winter Crown already there too. Light jumps in, takes a ton of damage himself. There's the circling eagle. They jump on Kozen, but he'll be able to pick up Light. And now a jump in from Kosei. So they stop the TNC raid in the base, and RSG lives to fight for another day.
Back-to-back shutdowns. And you see how the base took a little bit of a love tap, like how some minions walked into range.
Yeah.
Luckily, RSG had their targeting on point. They were able to take down not just Escalera, but also Kaizen and Heads. I would imagine there's a lot of gold involved in that, and now they're going to make up for it on the map. This is their 2nd turret overall, Joseph, pushed in mid. And RSG are going to do more than just that. Grand Theft Purple committed right now, and it would be in their best interest to take down that top lane too. So far, they're not out of the woods just yet. RSG are still in dire straits.
Yeah.
I don't know how they should take this fight, though. Ooh.
Oh, this is a tough one. I think RSG wants to fight this again. Nibor has the flicker. He's done it so many times, but they might just go ahead and be like, you know, let's just wait the 20 seconds for this Lord to come up.
All right. I don't know if they're counting ults or if their cooldown mental timers are on point, but this is the best time because the purifiers are off. Yeah. So this might actually be a lethal engage if RSG just kind of snap and take it. But I think what they're waiting for is Light. Light still doesn't have a flicker.
Yeah. So there's a whole lot to kind of consider here, but ultimately it leads up. Purify's being back available. Lord is now up too. RSG gonna pop the conceal, try to get some space to work with around this Lord pit.
All right, Pixel Brush checking in. Aqua not sure if he should. River Brush in control of the Raiders. Ira taking control of the top long brush while the fence bushes and the Y for TNC. Upper quarter Lord shuffle here. Escalera peeks in.
Oh, they're going to go, actually, forcing the fight again. Nimura goes in too. They force him back a little bit further. Heads still in the front of it all. They get a couple ultimates down, but they'll disengage from the fight, regroup, get together. Aqua gets really low, very close from getting taken down. Still holds on. The Dominator's descent, and right now, Lord's at half health.
Whoa.
They're going to go and work for it, forcing back RSG from the fight. Heads again, jumping towards the backside. Escalera, though, Irad somehow gets the Lord. Nether rounds used as well. Escalera on the chase, but Kozen's in the base, and RSG might have got the objective, but TNC will take game number 1.